Welcome to Core Credit This Week, episode number 42, the show where I give you my opinion on some of the biggest stories from the past week. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more about these stories, down in the show notes, I have links to each story where you can read about them in depth. Do you think there should be another story added? Do you have a different opinion? Leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. First, though, before we get into the stories, the deal of the week this week is Hulu is on sale for $5.99 a month. New customers and select returning customers can get Hulu for 1 year for $5.99 a month. This is a great deal. Link down in the show notes. Check it out. You've been thinking about testing out Hulu? This may be the time to give it a try. But let's dive into it. PlayStation Vue has always struggled with the name, and now they really want to make sure you know you don't need a PlayStation. Recently, PlayStation launched a new set of TV ads, and one of the main focuses of them are the idea that you can watch PlayStation Vue on a Roku, a Fire TV, an Apple TV, basically anything other than a PlayStation. Now, you can watch it on a PlayStation, and for years, this has held PlayStation back. To this day, I still get emails from people when we talk about PlayStation Vue, like, hey, sounds great, I don't own a PlayStation. I just recently in person was talking to somebody about it, and they said, you don't need a PlayStation? It's really holding them back. If Sony would change the name of the service, it would be a big help. But they recently launched several features, so hopefully, or ads, to hopefully help them reach people and let them know about it. They've had social media campaigns promoting the idea that you don't need a PlayStation since 2017. Now, their TV ads for some time have had a little blurb at the end promoting the idea that you don't need a PlayStation. But now the TV ads really point this out and really are pushing the idea that, hey, it's called PlayStation for you, but you don't need a PlayStation. To me, it's just absolutely silly. If Sony would change the name to Vue TV, they could still continue to have the goodwill they built off of the PlayStation Vue name and attract people that they're pushing away with the PlayStation Vue name. If they really want a Sony in there, they could call it Sony Vue TV or Sony Vue or Sony TV, whatever they want to call it. There's really a lot of options out there. PlayStation Vue is definitely probably one of the main reasons their subscriber numbers are down. And recently, some analysts have called for the PlayStation Vue to shut down because of how slow the growth is. DirecTV Now, Sling TV, and several others are reported to have more subscribers than PlayStation Vue. Depending on who you talk to, Hulu and YouTube TV could be a higher number. Other numbers put them below it. It's a guessing game because Sony hasn't officially released their numbers. What we do know, though, is it's under 1 million subscribers. And both DirecTV Now and Sling TV have over 1 million, and in Sling TV's case, over 2 million subscribers, with a significantly faster growth rate on the DirecTV Now side. So, what do you think? If you had to rename PlayStation Vue, what would you name it? Do you think they should keep PlayStation Vue? I would love to hear from people who think the PlayStation Vue name is fine and that they should keep it. I know Sony's really caught up on this idea that everything's got to be called Sony. They renamed Crackle to Sony Crackle, for example. But I think they're shooting themselves in the foot here, to be honest with you. I really think Sony is harming their potential future growth. Let's be honest, there's over 10 live TV streaming services. More are on the way. With that, some of these won't succeed. They're going to shut down here in the next couple of years. Now, that's not a knock on cord cutting. It's just the reality that there are more services than the market can bear. You think about it, traditionally, there's only been 2, 3, maybe 4 options in most towns for TV. Now, not only do you have cable, like AT&T Uverse or Fios and satellite, you also have 10 plus live TV streaming services. Hulu, DirecTV Now, YouTube, Sling TV, PlayStation Vue, smaller ones like Fubo, and the list goes on and on, that are just crowding this market. The question is, who's going to fail? If PlayStation Vue doesn't get their subscriber numbers up, Sony's a big company. They may say, hey, why are we throwing so many resources towards PlayStation Vue if the profit, the growth of it is significantly lower than what, for instance, Sony Movies or Sony PlayStation Gaming side is doing? This is big business. Bottom line talks. They have investors they have to answer to. So keep an eye on this. I know Sony's president has said that they're not getting rid of it for now, that they enjoy getting the data of what people watch, which probably helps them on their movie side, which is really the saving grace of PlayStation Vue right now. But that can't go on forever. So let me know, what do you think of this move? What do you think that PlayStation Vue should be called? Do you think they should stay with that name? Leave me a comment. I'll love to hear from you. Next up, 5G internet pre-orders have started. Yes, this week on Thursday, Verizon started taking pre-orders for their 5G service. $50 a month for Verizon customers, $70 for those who are not, and unlimited data. A crazy good deal from Verizon, launching in Houston, Indianapolis, Los Angeles, and Sacramento, with more markets on the way. These signups are for now are just pre-orders. October 1st, the installs will start, and as soon as you're installed, you'll be live on the network in approved markets. You'll get white gloved installation and set up for Wi-Fi, as well as a free router and router upgrades when they come out in 2019. So the routers now are just like test units. In 2019, it sounds like they're having more, and you're going to get a free upgrade to those. 5G mobile devices, so it sounds like you're going to get a hotspot and they can take with you. And Verizon has said this for a while, that you can use to create a Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you are. And 5G dedicated service. You're going to get an expert 5G representative to help you with any issues. This is a pretty nice deal for $50 a month. I know some people are going to say that's not a good deal. Word it's going to be about $300 down for $50 with no data cap. For other people, this is a crazy good deal. What I'm really excited about with this 5G rolling out, it's real, it's happening, we're going to be able to play with it, and we will be able to put pressure on Spectrum and AT&T and CenturyLink and Comcast and all the other cable companies out there who now have to say, you know what, there's a new player in the market, $50 for $300 down, no data cap. I mean, Comcast is going to say, ooh, do we get rid of our data cap? How do we respond to this? Because they're going to have to respond. Is there going to be glitches at first? Yes. I mean, no new tech launches without some headaches. And give it some time. Now, people are saying, when is it going to come to my market? This week during our Q&A, everybody was asking me, when is this coming to my market? Well, they already announced many other markets. About 30 in total by the end of this year are going to be coming from Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and others. And then from there, they're going to branch out. So towns like Waco, Dallas, New York City, Sacramento, Los Angeles, and more are going to get there. If you live in the surrounding areas, expect them to build off of the networks they have now and widen it out. Expect other major metropolitan areas to be launched. Austin, San Antonio, Atlanta. I know Atlanta's on the market list. And the reason for that, a lot of people say, how come it's launching in big cities first where small cities have to wait? And honestly, it's a money thing. For instance, Verizon spent $1 billion just on fiber. Verizon spent $1 billion to run new fiber to their cell phone towers to handle the additional load on the network for this. So that's a lot of money. That doesn't even cost the money for testing 5G, developing it, getting the hardware, and so on. So when you launch in a major city, if you put up one tower, you may be able to sign up, 300-400 people. If you go into a small city, put up one tower, you may be able to sign up 100 people. So the return on investment is much bigger in big cities. That's why Verizon is rushing to launch there to get their money back as quickly as possible and then roll it out. According to multiple people in the industry, they've all said the same thing. 2020 is by the end of it, it's the goal to have half the United States covered by one or more provider with 5G. And 2024 is the goal to have 9% of the United States covered with one or more 5G provider. Probably take another 15 years from now to get everybody to get all the networks built out. But look for the main ones. We know that select cities like Indianapolis, AT&T's also announced they'll be launching there by the end of the year. So Indianapolis is going to have two 5G, competitors there. So is this enticing to you? The $50 a month, unlimited data, 300 about down speed on it. To me, that's not a bad deal. If nothing more, it brings a new competition to the market there, and I'm really excited about that. So keep an eye on this story. I'll be bringing more updates with it as soon as I can, and we'll be working to get a test of it as soon as we can. Next up, this story has major cord-cutting implications. CBS TV Network CEO is stepping down effective immediately. After several allegations of improper conduct, the CEO of CBS now has stepped down, according to multiple sources. And I believe that's been confirmed now from when I'm recording this. But this raises a big question about the long-term future of cord cutting. CBS has been for a long time one of the most influential companies when it comes to dealing with streaming. Of course, CBS is held back from Hulu and other services, preferring to go on their own. They've also, for a long time, were very hesitant to work with live TV streaming services, have later changed their tune. The person who becomes the next permanent CEO At the time I'm recording this, I believe it's only an interim position as they look for a permanent long-term replacement for CBS, that they will have huge impact going forward. Now, the merger between Viacom and CBS has been put on hold. The family behind that, who owns a majority of Viacom and CBS, has said they won't try to re-merge the two companies for 2 years. Expect that to come back up in 2 years. The next CEO of CBS is going to have a major part of that. How will bringing CBS and Viacom back together impact the future? How will the new CEO handle services like CBS All Access, Showtime, and more? Will they say, hey, we're going to abandon this, we're going to dive into Hulu? Or are they going to double down and really invest in CBS All Access? I don't know. My question to you on this story is, what would you like from a new CBS CEO? And realistically, I know everybody would like to say, hey, everything should be free. You know, I really do think everybody should take advantage of what the CW is doing. Put the shows for free online the next day through their own app with ads. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. But I'd love to know from you, what realistically would you like to see from the next CEO of CBS? They're going to wield unbelievable power because a lot of contracts are coming up with services, streaming services. The CBS All Access service is kind of getting its feet underneath it, really, and developing who it's going to be going forward. I really want to hear from you what the future of CBS should look like from the new CEO. So leave me a comment, let me know. The last story, the big one of the week, that I think really hasn't got the attention it deserves in the public mainstream media, I guess we'll call it. Lack of a better term there. Sorry if you don't like that term. But right now, NFL games, for the first time, are going to stream for free on all mobile devices, with some catches there. Previously, you had to have a Verizon subscription to get this. Now, because the Verizon deal has ended, through the Yahoo Sports app and the NFL app, all in-market games and national games will stream for free on the Yahoo Sports app and the NFL mobile app on mobile devices. Now, it needs to be like a cell phone. It needs to have the ability to have two-way communication with voice and other stuff, video, data, text, etc. So I don't believe tablets are going to work. Somebody leave me a comment down below. Did it work on a tablet last week? Let me know. From the wording of the legalese, it says basically cell phones only. But you'll be able to watch. Now, it's in-market only games. So it's the games wherever you're located. It uses your GPS to get that. And also national games like the Thursday night games sound like it'd be on here, according to what I'm reading here. And like the Sunday night games. The national games are on here. So check it out if you're a fan. Now, Thursday night games, starting in week 4 when they start on Fox, will also air for free through the Twitch app. And if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber through the Amazon Prime app, if you're a Prime member. So those are great options right there. But yes, and that will also allow you to watch it on like a Roku Fire TV. Now, with these limitations, they specifically block out AirPlay. So you can't cast it through to Google Chrome or an Apple TV. It really is limited to your cell phone. So keep that in mind right there. But this is a great step forward. It's a sign of where sports is going, that they understand that the market's changing and that the world is changing. Often I hear that, hey, the viewer numbers on NFL are down because of cord cutting. And the reality is cord cutters can watch the NFL if they want to. You know, the thing is, if they want to, because not only can you watch it for free on mobile device, you can use services like Hulu, Sling, Fubo, DirecTV Now, YouTube TV, and more to watch NFL games on your big screen TV. If you want a full guide on how to watch NFL, in the show notes is a link to this story with all the services that offer it. Check it out down there. But yes, for the first time, T-Mobile, AT&T, and more can stream NFL games for free on their phone when you're on the go. And I really do think that this is a great option because how often have you been out on the road and you're like, hey, I just got an alert. It's a close game, 2 minutes left. I want to quickly catch the last 2 minutes of the game. I think NFL Network is in a position to really cash in on that here. NBA is trying to. They're going to be offering $1.99 out of market fourth quarters this year, where if you live in, let's say, Chicago, and suddenly get an alert that the Cleveland game is very close, you're going to be able to pull out your phone or your TV app and for $1.99, watch the last minute. Hey, is there a massive upset? Is there a game that's going to have playoff implications happening? Now you can catch that when you want. So keep a close eye on that. There is a lot of Development here, it's probably going to at first have some issues as all new services, but I think this is a move in the right direction. But let me know, what do you think of the idea? I know we would all love it to be free on our Roku and our Fire TV and more. Maybe someday we'll be able to at least get a dedicated subscription service out there. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think of these stories, and check back next week for our weekly cord cutting weekend review, I guess we'll call this. But I'd love to hear your opinion of the show. I'd love to hear your opinion on these stories. So if this video helped you, hit a thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we do weekly Q&As for an hour there. We answer your cord cutting related questions. So check us out. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate your help.